The mysterious power secrets of the Russian Navy's Northern Fleet. The Northern Fleet is one of the key components of the Russian Navy and the armed forces of the Russian Federation as a whole. It plays a crucial role in ensuring military security for Russia in the northwestern region of the country, which includes the Barents Sea, Norway, the Arctic, and the Atlantic Ocean. The fleet's primary mission is to maintain strategic nuclear forces at sea in a state of combat readiness to deter nuclear threats, protect economic zones, prevent illegal activities, uphold maritime peace, and carry out the Kremlin's foreign policy in various critical economic areas across the world's oceans. Looking back over 100 years, on June 19, 1916, the Imperial Russian Navy established the Arctic Ocean Fleet during World War I to protect transportation routes and Allied ships through the Barents Sea from the Kaiserliche Marine of the German Empire. After the success of the October Revolution and the collapse of the Russian Empire in 1917, the Soviet Navy took over the old ships of the Arctic Ocean Fleet, forming the White Sea Flotilla in March 1920, headquartered in Arkhangelsk, which was later renamed the Northern Fleet, although it was quickly disbanded in January 1923. A decade later, following several consolidation and restructuring efforts, the Northern Flotilla was officially established on August 5, 1933, by transferring the patrol ships Smerch and Uragan, Dekabrist-class submarines, the Narodovaliers, and 2 destroyers from the Baltic Fleet to northern Russia. These vessels departed from Kronstadt on May 18, 1933, and arrived in Murmansk on August 5 of the same year. Additionally, another destroyer, a patrol boat, a submarine, and 2 minesweepers joined the fleet at Soroka in September 1933. With Polyarny becoming the fleet's main base, the force quickly expanded in the following years as it continuously received new ships, airfields, anti-aircraft artillery, and coastal artillery. On May 11, 1937, the fleet was officially renamed the Northern Fleet, a name it retains to this day. In your opinion, which ship deserves to be the flagship of this proud fleet? Moskva, Peter the Great, or Kirov? Please leave your comments below and stay tuned until the end of the video for the answer. During World War II, the Northern Fleet carried out several significant operations, such as the blockade of the Finnish military base at Petsamo from 1939 to 1940. By June 1941, the fleet had been upgraded and reinforced to include a total of 8 destroyers, 15 submarines, 2 torpedo boats, 7 patrol boats, 2 minesweepers, and 116 aircraft. At the peak of tensions between the Soviet Union and Germany from 1941 to 1945, the Northern Fleet was responsible for defending the coasts of the Rybaki and Sredny peninsulas, ensuring internal communication routes, while also supporting the maritime supply lines of the Soviet 14th Army. Naval infantry and over 10,000 personnel from the Northern Fleet actively participated in ground warfare, including the Petsamo-Kirkenes operation in 1944 and many other crucial missions. The forces under the Northern Fleet inflicted tens of thousands of casualties on the Third Reich's army during assaults on Moscow, Leningrad, Stalingrad, and the North Caucasus. During this period, the Northern Fleet received additional support through reinforcements of aircraft and naval vessels from the Pacific and the Caspian Sea. Additionally, the governments of the United Kingdom and the United States temporarily allowed the transfer of HMS Royal Sovereign and USS Milwaukee to the Soviet Union in exchange for captured Italian ships. Just a few years after the outbreak of World War II, the Northern Fleet secured the safety of 463 ships in foreign convoy operations and 2.568 domestic transport vessels. The fleet's submarines, torpedo boats, and aircraft sank 192 enemy transport ships and 70 military vessels, damaging a total of 118 transport, military, and auxiliary ships. Notably, the Soviet submarine K-21, commanded by Captain Nikolai Lunin, attacked the battleship Tirpitz, the great pride of the Third Reich's navy. After the most brutal war in human history ended, the Soviet Union and the United States entered a prolonged period of tension, commonly known as the Cold War. During this time, the Northern Fleet was considered secondary to the Baltic and Black Fleets until operational missions in the Atlantic Ocean increased in the 1950s. By September 1955, the Soviet Navy became the first force to launch ballistic missiles from submarines, Less than a year later, in June 1956, a Zulu-class submarine from the Northern Fleet became the first vessel to carry ballistic missiles. In response to the 1958 voyage of the USS Nautilus, the world's first nuclear submarine of the United States Navy, the Leninsky Komsomol, named after Vladimir Lenin's Komsomol, undertook a unique journey beneath the Arctic ice, surfacing there on July 17, 1962. Since then, submarines from the Russian Federation have visited the Arctic region over 300 times. For its significant contributions, the Northern Fleet was awarded the Order of the Red Banner on May 7, 1965. Notably, to commemorate this event, 2 submarines from the fleet completed a round-the-world journey of 46.000 kilometers. Although in reality, they only navigated between Kola Bay and the base at Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky around South America without surfacing in 1966. An accomplishment that few submarines have achieved. According to KTQS's findings, the Northern Fleet possessed nearly 50% of the submarines in the entire Soviet Navy by 1986, comprising nearly all of the surface force's strength. From 1968 until November 30, 2005, the 7th Operational Squadron served as the Northern Fleet's primary Atlantic operational force, with aircraft carriers starting to serve alongside the fleet from the 1970s. Additionally, the lead unit of the heavy aircraft carrying cruiser class, Kiev, was commissioned in 1977, followed by the Admiral Gorshkov in 1987. The large nuclear-powered cruisers, Kirov or Kalinin class, were also put into service from 1980. The reinforcement of the southern Barents Sea in the 1980s marked a shift in the Soviet Navy's strategic focus towards fortress defense rather than open sea operations, a strategy that the Russian government continues to use to this day. At the helm of Russia's formidable fleet is the heavy nuclear missile cruiser Peter the Great of Project 1144 Orlan. The ship has a full load displacement of 25.800 tons, a length of 250 meters, a maximum width of 28.5 meters, and a crew of 760 members. The Peter the Great heavy cruiser is likened to a floating fortress armed with weapons capable of engaging and defeating any adversary. As the pride of the Northern Fleet, it is equipped with 20 P-700 Granite anti-ship missile launchers, OSA-M air defense missile systems, Kinzhal missiles, long-range S-300F missiles, the Kordik missile and gun air defense system, Alaska 630 gun systems, metal and Vodopad anti-submarine torpedoes, and a twin-barrel Alaska 130 automatic cannon. Additionally, another notable giant of this fleet is the aircraft carrier Kuznetsov, which boasts powerful firepower capable of annihilating any aircraft carrier strike group in the world. The Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier is equipped with 12 P-700 Granite anti-ship missile launchers, 24 Kinzhal air defense missile system launchers with 192 missiles, 8 Kordik gun missile air defense system modules, 6 30mm Alaska 630 gun systems. It also has the RBU 12000 UDAV-1 anti-torpedo rocket system and can carry 26 aircraft and 24 helicopters. In addition to conventional nuclear submarines, the strategic nuclear missile submarine Karelia of Project 667 BDRM Dolphin is also one of the most prominent vessels in the Northern Fleet. This submarine is equipped with 4,533mm torpedo tubes, RSM-54 Sinova missiles, a TVR-671 RTM torpedo missile system, and a launch system for the 9K310 IGLA-19 K38 IGLA man-portable air defense missile system. Moreover, the anti-submarine force, especially the Severomorsk of the Northern Fleet, is formidable with a speed of 29.7 knots and a displacement of 7.480 tons. The Severomorsk is equipped with 2 Restrub torpedo missile systems, 8 Kinzhal air defense missile launchers with 64 missiles, an AK-100 gun system, a 6-barrel 30mm Alaska 630M gun system, and a highly modern RBU 6000 rocket bomb system. On August 12, 2000, the submarine disaster involving the Kursk attracted special international attention when the Oscar-class submarine Kursk of the Northern Fleet suffered a torpedo accident during exercises in the Barents Sea near Murmansk Oblast, resulting in the deaths of 118 sailors. This incident is considered one of the major shocks that strongly impacted the reputation of Russia's most powerful fleet. After many ups and downs and reconstruction following World War II, in the 1990s, the Arctic was no longer a focus for Russia. The region was viewed as a social and economic burden for the country. However, the Arctic gradually received renewed attention as a series of initiatives to revive the frigid northern region began in the 2000s. In the early 2000s, a new demand emerged for the modernization of the Russian Navy, including the Northern Fleet. Military experts believe that Moscow's intentions regarding the Arctic extend beyond the icy region, relating to the Kremlin's global ambitions to restore Russia as a great power. The importance of the Northern Fleet is underscored by its independent command structure within the Russian armed forces, equivalent to other military districts. In January 2016, Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu announced the establishment of the 45th Air Defense and Air Force Corps under the command of the Northern Fleet, significantly enhancing the fleet's strength. Currently, both the 45th Air Defense and Air Force Corps and the 14th Corps are under the command of the Northern Fleet Unified Strategic Command, forming a military district with equal status to the other four military districts of the Russian armed forces. Submarines represent the strongest component of the Northern Fleet. However, the existing nuclear-powered submarines of the Northern Fleet are aging rapidly. It remains uncertain whether the new Yasen class and subsequent models can be produced in sufficient numbers and on time to replace the aging nuclear submarines. Reports suggest that Russia's third-generation nuclear submarines have not been modernized enough to avoid becoming outdated by 2030. Thank you all for listening to this video. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos.